What is good? It is your boy Pablo Gray, and we back with another reaction video. Today we got a clip from The Hill. The title of it is Republican Congressman Biden Tax Plan. Wait, my bad. Republican Congressman Biden tax plans will reverse Trump's economic gains. What I got to say on that before we get into it is that based off what I observed during Trump's 4 years of presidency up until the last year, we were very profitable as a country, very profitable. Um, we were definitely on a incline of, I believe, what is it called? As far as the money that the country grosses, yeah, is that what it's called? I don't fucking know. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Uh, we were as American people, we were making more money. More people in America were earning more money. That's basically what was happening during Trump's first 3 years of office. 2020 hit and bro, that shit was all bad. But I hope this man's tax plan doesn't do that. But let's see what this man has to say, because he's saying that it is gonna fuck the shit up. I don't know what Biden's tax plan is for me to say it's gonna fuck it up or not. I haven't done the research. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I did. But hopefully this man is going to explain to you why that's going to be, and not just tell you some shit on why he doesn't like the plan. I mean, unless he's saying why he doesn't by explaining what exactly Biden's going to do. But anyway, if you like what I'm doing here, though, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you for everybody who has subscribed. Thank you for everybody who shared and been commenting on my shit. Everybody who's going to go follow me on my social media platforms such as Twitter and Instagram. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Let's get into it.
We can all agree that investing in our nation's transportation infrastructure system is needed to improve our quality of life and economic competitiveness with the rest of the world. In Congress, I recently introduced the State and Local Infrastructure Flexibility Act to make previously allocated federal stimulus funding available for state and local governments to use on needed projects, including revitalization and broadband expansion. This legislation could immediately benefit communities in the 9th District and across Pennsylvania without ballooning our deficit even further. Yet, President Biden and congressional Democrats want to spend another $2.3 trillion, whereby only $157 billion of the bill would go towards roads, bridges, highways, and airports. The rest is focused on Green New Deal initiatives and other provisions that have nothing to do with infrastructure and revitalization. Another upside down policy agenda proposal.
Okay. I'm not too sure what the Green Deal is. If it's anything like I remember what it was, I mean, I could be wrong based off the misconception of the name, but it was a Indian American woman who brought up the idea, who brought up the Green New Deal. I forgot what her fucking name was. It was a couple years ago. I could be wrong, so let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section. But this Green New Deal was exactly what it sounded like, I believe. I'm hoping that's what it is. Basically renewable energy sources and things like that, where we're using solar power, electric cars, all of that great shit. And a lot of people had an issue with it because to go and do that is definitely more cost effective initially. I mean, not cost effective. It's very expensive initially. I don't know if anyone ever got solar panels installed, or you try to buy a hybrid car or whatever. Initially, it is expensive, but it is safer. And I'm not sure this is their reasoning why, but if I had to assume, the reasoning why anyone would oppose renewable energy or to do anything green would be the expense. So yeah, I could understand that, but I also believe in my head at the same time that although it's going to be expensive to be initially on a renewable energy source, to transfer what we're doing now to renewable energy is going to be expensive initially, But in the long run, I do believe it's going to be better for the environment. And I'm hoping, based on innovation and time, that it's going to be cheap to do this stuff. But I could be wrong. This is just all speculations. I don't have the time to think about this shit. I'm not thinking about this shit right now. And I'm coming up with this shit right now as I'm recording the video. But that's just my idea about this. Back to the video.
Such Green New Deal initiatives will subsidize wishful projects and place unmanageable burdens on our coal and natural gas industries, which are already under highly regulated and are very important to Pennsylvania's economy.
Okay. So with that being said, you brought up a good point. A lot of people gonna be affected by this Green New Deal if it's like that too, because if I had to assume, if they're going to try to create new energy sources, they're probably going to be cracking down on the ones that people are saying are bad for the environment, such as coal and fracking and natural gas and shit, because those are resources that we believe aren't renewable. Takes a lot of time to make coal. Things have to be right in place with tectonic plates and the movement of Earth over billions of years, according to science, in order to get natural gas. So the people who are currently working in these fields, they have these jobs. So one thing I believe the Green New Deal would have to address, if it hasn't done this, is the people who are in these industries that you're going to crack down on and are hoping to have at a minimum. How are you going to replace their jobs? How are you going to make sure that they continue making the living that they're making while we're trying to change the country? Because that will be really fucked up to say we're trying to better our country by going with renewable energy and things like that, while making someone poor at the same time, while making someone homeless at the same time. Can't do that. We're not improving lives. Yeah, sure, we're improving nature, but come on, we here. We got to make something crack for us too. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep these people employed. We don't have time to go broke and have unemployment down while we're trying to spend money building renewable shit. I hope you understand what the fuck I'm saying. Back to the video.
Pay for it, the Biden Democrat plan intends to raise $2 trillion in taxes, which obviously depresses economic growth, job creation, and the disposable income of Pennsylvanians. President Trump's Tax Cuts and Jobs Act helped spur the greatest economy in over 100 years, the lowest unemployment ever recorded for women, African Americans, and Hispanic Americans. President Biden's plan would repeal much of it and reverse all the positive effects. They now want to raise our corporate tax rate to be the highest in the developed world, which is certainly not conducive to economic expansion. This tax scheme would amount to the largest set of tax.
Sorry, but I gotta say this, man. This is probably gonna be the end of this clip. Y'all can watch the rest of it on your own time. But he's making very valid points, right? And what pisses me off is when it comes to politics, it's always the black and white. You gotta raise the taxes on the bad shit so that you can use that money to spend on the good shit, right? And again, understand when you do this, these businesses that employ these people, the shitty part is that when a certain demographic, or let's just say an entire state, the majority of the state of Pennsylvania, their economy is based on coal and fracking, again with the natural gas and shit. Like, their economy is based on this shit. So when you crack down on it, and this entire state, the majority of more than 50% of the income, or the money that's made based off the economy is coming from this certain sector that you're about to crack down on, it's going to hurt this economy. So the shitty part is when you do this, it affects large demographics such as Pennsylvania. And you have to think of something. You got to think of something better than this. Because you got to understand, it's just like when it comes to different regions, right? You go to the Northwest and Washington and Oregon, right? They got trees and lumber and all of that. That's their economy. Not to mention fishing, right? Because they're on the seaboard, the coast. They got ports where they're bringing in seafood and shit like that. Let's just say this a new bill came out that cracked down on the lumber and the sea imports. Their economy would be fucked. Would be fucked on the West Coast. And that's just what's happening here in Pennsylvania. So my problem with that, like I said, with the black and white, no one can come up with a gray area. You gotta understand that when you do this, you're fucking up people's jobs. You have to put something in place that makes up for that. You just got to. Like, you have to understand, like, when you do this, some people are gonna go unemployed because some businesses just won't be able to do this. They won't be able to keep up with this. I think that's the real shitty part when it comes to these politicians, that they have to be so black and white, especially when it comes to their bullshit jargon that they put in these bills that can be interpreted any type of way, or they're mysteriously vague. They're not mysteriously vague, but purposely vague on purpose, or purposely very detailed, or worded a certain way on purpose that fuck up people. Like, you have to understand this is what the fuck is happening. I think they just let shit pass on their desk and they say, oh, just give me the just give me the bullet points on this, like it's a fucking PowerPoint presentation. And they say, okay, I'm cool with that. Like, they don't actually read this shit. That's a fucking problem. But other than that, man, I ain't got much else to say on this, man. Y'all like what I'm doing here. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, man. I know y'all finding this shit valuable. I know I'm feeding y'all some great gems, bro. I'm handing you the gems. Like the mining in Pennsylvania. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Pablo out.